Good evening. I'm back with another video. It's 6:49 p.m. It is August 1st, first of the month, everyone. And I'm just kind of following up from the last video. No, this is not a bash video. What it is I have been doing a lot of thinking about targeted individuals and my journey through this issue of coming to the realization of how this issue works and who was involved and everything. But I remember back in 2015, I just started my YouTube channel, this channel right here. And my first video was taken in the backyard of where I used to live with my ex-husband. And I started hearing and learning about other targeted individuals from their video channels and also reading blogs. And also I already knew that this program was illegal. But I kept thinking in the back of my mind, how in the world could something like this happen? It did. The very fact that it becomes very much aware that people behind the desk in certain organizations really don't know what's going on, or either, like I said, they're either ignorant or they're evil. Now, I kept thinking, there's got to be a help, and I really wanted to help the targeted individual community. I wanted to help the targeted individual community because I understood what being a targeted individual what could eventually lead to, which is one's death. Okay, this is one of the reasons why these activities are illegal. Denying somebody the rights, giving their rights over to another human being, having somebody be able to financially manipulate somebody, so on and so forth. So this is trafficking. Hello. And so I was extremely alarmed, and I wanted to help the targeted individual community as much as I possibly could. And because I was dealing with cyber stalking, I would be in communication with some people, and the people who were involved in this targeting, I would say, I'm not pointing any names because I know these people know who they are. And they would somehow disrupt the relationship or create problems or whatever, like they always do. They want to make you isolated so you have no one. Okay, this is a tactic of what people who are trafficked. This is one of the reasons why I don't have a social network, because these people control the network. They control who I know, who I meet. And so, I kept thinking, this is terrible to be in this sort of bubble. And how is it that these people don't understand why this is wrong? You know what I mean? The law, it says it. How is it that you can overlook these things? My issues were becoming more concerned and focused on how can we protect people from this crime. And I understand human trafficking is huge. It is huge. I mean, not just human trafficking, I would say sex trafficking. Okay, the combination of both is huge. Okay, but it's estimated there's about 3.4 million targeted individuals in the United States alone. And see, a lot of these targeted individuals, like I said in my earlier videos, a lot of these targeted individuals think that it's the government that's after them because it seems so well orchestrated. And yes, sometimes government officials are involved in it. They can get involved in stuff like this. But what it generally is you have this network, a secret enemy, or people that work against you for fun. Okay, and I had described it earlier in my videos, but I kept thinking the problem with it is that society does not appreciate intelligence. They do not appreciate well manners. They do not appreciate, and when they do see it, they want to stomp it out and they want to beat it down. What I've seen that was displayed in front of me, the kind of abuse that I went through, and the unprofessionalism that I saw, I could see that there is a serious problem in the workforce, because the very characteristics that targeted individuals have are exactly the kind of ideal people that you want to work with. But the reason why we get targeted and bullied is because we do things well. Okay, now we may not be perfect, like there's certain things that you do better than others. Okay, and of course if you're not being targeted and trafficked and stalked, you're going to do your job better. Okay, but my point is that we are gifted individuals and we have a lot to offer. The problem with it is, and we are cooperative, okay, within reason. Now, we will stand up for ourselves, and that's one of the biggest issues they don't like, because it just throws their game off. But going back to what people's misconceptions are, that a lot of people think that they are targeted by the government and that they're being sought out for some sort of experiment. Yes and no. Okay, they do want to test you. They want to see exactly your strengths, your weaknesses. They like to study you before they destroy you. This is one of their tactics. It's very sick, but this is what they do. This is a stalking type behavior that goes on. But my concern was, how do we get help for targeted individuals? Couldn't there be? Because I've heard of targeted individuals who have had left, what I consider to be really, impressive professions. Like, some were in the medical industry, some were into, some sort of scientific research. Some people work for lab chemistry companies, whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, there's got to be something for these people. Like, there could be a network of targeted individuals that could get assistance from certain companies that will protect them from this sort of thing. I think there's more education that needs to be done about human trafficking and the dangers of it. And obviously I can't change that. And this is why I'm making this video called If I Could. I am not a political person. I understand that this earth is hell. Okay? I think this is one of the reasons why we're here, to see how we get through this labyrinth of life. Are we going to remain, faithful to our convictions, or are we going to be a part of the cesspool of what's going on here in this earth? Okay, it's a serious problem. And so, obviously, I choose to be somebody who wants to gravitate more towards the light, instead of getting involved with darkness that harms people. But we live in a world that is ruled by demonic forces. And I want to go more into that later on in some more of my sophisticated videos that I plan on making in the future. And there's a lot that I have on my plate right now, but basically targeted individuals, I would say some of them are being studied by the government, some of them are whatever. There's a lot of issues with that mixed bag. Some are being targeted by their ex-employers, some are being targeted by their ex-employers and their families, some are being, it's just whatever. Okay, but whatever the case is, it's unfortunate that people are not recognizing human trafficking enough for what it is. Okay, and one of the reasons why going back to my other video that I just made, I think I'm going to be uploading it shortly if I haven't already, is that the fact is that for these 3.4 million American individuals who are also targeted individuals, they are not aware, or maybe some of them have not come to the conclusion that the reason why they're being stalked, the reason why they're continually being bullied, is because of this particular network and who is involved in the network. I will tell you, when it comes, that realization hits them, that could, right there, is enough to hurt them for the rest of their damn life. It's enough to take them off the fucking earth. Okay, it's a very strong and very a person with a lot of mental strength, like myself, who can handle that, because it's very heartbreaking to know that something like this could happen by people who invite you over for dinner and then they want to stab you in the back. Okay, but this is what's going on with the 3.4 million American individuals. Their lives are being ruined. Some people are getting married to honeypots, people that are being arranged to basically betray them. Okay, this is the kind of mentality that these warped people have, which I know that I was being ridiculed in my videos when I first started making these videos back in 2015, because it was a huge hate campaign against me. Huge. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't, quote unquote, complying with rules that I don't have to comply with. I was being hated, and obviously we knew there was a huge rumor that was going on, that I was some sort of adulteress or whatever. Whatever. Okay, I don't want to go into all of that. Okay, but I'm going to say that as you have followed these videos, you have seen that I was right, okay, all along, and that that I really do feel as though targeted individuals cannot get the sort of help like through the kind of help that I initially envisioned, unless, of course, they would come up with a lot of opposition through, I would say, maybe well, how can I say this? I think a lot of people are threatened by the fact that they could eliminate targeted individuals because people like to destroy other people. This is what they do for fun. Okay, but anyway, you can take your legal measures, and you have to make sure that they're being followed. And even though I don't have a lot of faith in the legal system, but I also know that this is a step that I have to take, and this is one of the reasons why I'm doing the restraining orders. But I also know that I will never just let somebody hurt me like this. You know, I can't even explain and express the sort of pain that you experience when you understand that somebody would do something like this to another human being and normalize it and create a campaign. You know, it's deep, okay? But this is what's going on with the 3.4 million American individuals on this in this country. In this country, in the United States of America, there is a silent Holocaust that is going on, and it's being swept through your employers. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? That's deep. That's real deep. So, it's deep, you know, and it just blows my mind, you know, but it's a very dark world that we live in. So anyway, my help for the targeted individual community is to promote awareness and try to be as self-sufficient as you possibly can. It's a very tough world out there. There's a lot of abuse out there. There's so many corrupt people out there. Like I said in one of my other videos, we live in a topsy-turvy world. What's up is down. What's black is white. What's wrong is right. It's bad. Okay? Like, people talk about the end times. It's always been the end times since we started here on the earth. The earth has always been evil. Okay? It's just that now we have the resources to hear about it more often because we have so many, you know, resources. We can read about the evil that's going on this side of the earth, and then this side of the earth. It's just evil. Evil. Wicked. We live in a wicked world. Okay? So my suggestion, I think, to targeted individuals, you know, hang on to your faith, obviously, and be strong. You know, you have to be strong. This world is so wicked, so wicked. But that was my idea. I kept thinking there's got to be some sort of like data bank that targeted individuals could like get themselves in to where they could be protected. And they can, you know, connect with companies that are against and fully are 100% against human trafficking. Instead of saying like, you know, like companies say, oh, we're all about, we're EEOC, whatever, we're equal opportunity employers, but they'll be the first person to bash somebody for wearing a wig because they're an African American. It's because they don't really understand what it is that they're supposed to be representing. Okay? I live in this world. And I have to deal with people who don't think about what they do before they do it, or understand the things that they're supposed to be following. Do you understand my frustration? Do you see the pain that I have to deal with? You know, it's a lot. You know what I mean? And it's a lot from other targeted individuals who are well aware of the law, well aware of their rights, and just are freaked the hell out about the corruption that's going on around us. You know? For all spiritual faiths, no matter, you know, what church you go to, this is basically the bare bottom line. This is right here in front of your face. I don't care, like I said, you can go to church, you can go to this right here. This wicked shit is what everybody has to deal with right now. So it's like, you know, wake up. You know, wake up and get ready. And the most important thing is, stay true to the one that's really going to protect you. Wrapping this up. Take care. Bye-bye.